8 people injured here. 2v2. Calderis Refinery, blue team. Bunch of Space Marines. Oh my, we have a Force Commander. Very good offense fights in melee combat. Can also tank, disrupt, and support with buffs. Alongside Tempestous Tyrant is a Techmarine. Starts off range combat, puts up some good damage. Can also support with structures and repair and wade into melee. This is the Blood Angels elite scheme, I believe. Looks like it. And red team, a whole bunch of chaos going on. We've got Dandalus as a Chaos Sorcerer offensive and Disruptive Commander, lots of great manipulation and control abilities and some powerful offense too. This is the Word Bearers DLC from Relic, and round of the teams is Suffocation as a Chaos Lord, durable and Destructive Commander, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed. Some good offense and disruption, fights mainly in melee combat. Over on that east side, we'll be facing off against the Techmarine. We've got single CSM and single tactical marines all around, so the Chaos players should be doing quite well in opening engagements here, but the Force Commander can have a say in that with his battle cry. Hits those heretics well and they are done for. But we have the Chaos players doubling mid early on. How quickly is Oh My going to react? Not very quickly, it looks like. I guess the Techmarine can just back off here and wait. Wants to get that power. Maybe the scouts can scoot around and get it. Tactical Marines firing off shots. Look at that Doom Bolts. Does so much damage. That wasn't even all of them hitting there. Can be tough to dodge as well, since it covers quite a large area. So even if you move off, you still take massive chunks of damage. And there's another one. Wow. Got them under half hit points, I think. Exchanging fire with the CSM. And here comes a little flank from Oh My, going straight after those heretics. Might wipe one of the squads there, forcing melee combat are some tactical marines, but looks like they will get away, only just with 25 hit points or so. Good special attack from the Sorcerer helping out. Force Commander still chasing things around. Looks like he's going after the Sorcerer here. Should be tying up those CSM who are shooting him to pieces, but I guess he didn't think he could get close enough and do anything of any worth. We've got double CSM from both of the Chaos players, and scouts lost a model here, looks like. These guys edging forward. Tactical Marines backing away. Don't want to retreat them because he's going to get his power shot down here maybe. If he does, Sorcerer is now going to get shot up. There we go. So we've got double Tactical Marines from Oh My, and Tempestous Tyrant also going for double Tactical Marines. So double CSM, double Tactical Marines all around. That's an advantage to the Space Marine players, I think, since they have those crack on bolts ability and more hit points and stuff, but they are quite low, these guys here, for Oh My. Scouts might want to get some shotguns to knock back and suppress. Oh, they're going for a grenade. There's the attempted throw. These guys not even attempting to dodge. And they're lucky that nothing scary is in the retreat path. What's going on over here? Chaos Lord chasing stuff all the way back close to base there. Looks like scouts have spotted some heretics. They have their shotguns primed and ready. Almost 15 DPS piercing from these things. I believe they do more damage the closer they get. I think that's still a thing. Noise Marines on the field now for Suffocation. So perhaps some Assault Marines from Tempestous Tyrant over there. What are we going to see from... oh, Assault Marines from Oh My, and it's Havocs from Dandalus, so that should see the Assault Marines jump them, and then Heretics in amongst. Maybe the Sword of Flame to help those Heretics put that damage on the Assault Marines, or could just put the Coruscating Flame on the Havocs, of course, since it does provide some damage resistance. I believe it might only be range damage resistance though. Some lag for Dandalus maybe. 494 to 447. Assault Marines hitting the field roundabout now, and Havocs are moving up. Some Tzeentch worship in base for some reason. Not sure what's going on there. Noise Marines with those... wow, they hit all of that stuff there. They hit 4 Tactical Marine squads and the Techmarine. Really has an amazing area of effect. This Sonic Blaster can cover so much. If you just blob up a little bit, all of your range squads completely shut down. These Heretics, I don't think, when they get much closer than this, trying to repair stuff. What the heck are they repairing right now? Nothing. That was weird. Started to repair the node and it went down immediately and they were still repairing nothing. Chaos Lord with no war gear yet. We might see the Mantle of Hate to control these commanders in tier 2. 2-to-1 cap for blue team. Assault Marine is going to initiate here. Jumping the Havocs, but can stuff back them up here. There's some Tzeentch worship. Heretics should be doom blasting. They're going to lose the Heretics there. Double CSM turn to engage. They do not have Eternal War. And the Assault Marines just shrugging off that piercing damage with that heavy armor of theirs. And now they've found some more. Oh, this is the same Havocs, I think. Set up in a bad position. That was a really poor engagement from Dandalus. I'm not sure why he worshipped there. After he was jumped, he starts worshipping. Very strange. Maybe he just didn't see it coming in. Tier 2 for the Chaos players. Shotgun and Sergeant up for the scouts of Tempestous Tyrant. And we just have the Sergeant up for Oh My. I wanted to catch those double CSM blobbed up for those grenades. Chaos Sorcerer now being a real nuisance. Not sure how much damage he does by default, but he's taking down scout models here. Takes down 2 of them. And it's only the Sergeant that got away, I think. Yes, it is. Gets caught by some shotguns, so these guys can now cap. And blue team might get a quick triple. Tactical Marines on capping duty. These guys capping 50% faster than normal. And power being bashed. Not a very good end to the tier 1 for the Red Chaos team. Blood Crusher on the way for Suffocation. And that is in good time. Could have a massive impact here. Take out a couple of the ASM models. Force off the Tactical Marines. And then they can try and push through to the power. Once the Blood Crusher hits the field. It does take a little while to come out, this guy. Tier 2 now for Oh My. He's only just going tier 2 now. Bloodletters on the way for Dandalus. And once he sees them, we might see a Dreadnought purchase. So we could just get the Thunderhammer and knock him around that way. But I think a Dreadnought would be good here. Forcing the Havocs to get an anti-vehicle weapon when they may not want to. And... oh, he cancelled the Bloodletters. Okay then, we'll see what he goes for. Robes of Torment on the way for the Sorcerer. Try and lock down those double Tactical Marines, but how is he going to follow it up? Blood Crusher is on the field. This is a demon with vehicle armor. Basically a Blood Crusher riding a... sorry, a Bloodletter riding a Juggernaut. Around about 90 DPS heavy melee. Good mobility, but relatively weak. And he spots the Blood Crusher, just backs the hell out of there. Retreats. A full retreat, in fact. Now he's completely off the field. And Oh My is against 2. But, look, red team not pushing their advantage and not heading to this power. They should be coming straight here and bashing it. Noise, Plague Marines, I should say, on the way for Dandalus. And red team have taken mid, but they did not bash the power, or at least attempt to. Very strange. They saw a full retreat off from Tempestous Tyrant. Did not push anywhere whatsoever. I mean, the Chaos Lord has come to take this power. That is it. That was a massive let-off. They're just allowing blue team to regroup here. Tempestous Tyrant coming to the east side. They're trying to split up the double Chaos. So much upfront damage from 2 Chaos armies. Good idea to split them up, I guess. We have a Power Fist on the Force Commander you might have spotted. And Stone Guard Veterans now on the field. First Company Tactical Marines that can switch their ammo types to combat all targets. Going to want to be using their default Kraken Bolts to fight the mass of CSM on the field. But they can switch to Vengeance for the Blood Crusher and switch to Hellfire for the Heretics as well. Chaos Sorcerer now has the grenade icon, so you know that he has those chains. And there are the chains. Need to try and shoot down the central mass. There it is. And good discipline from Oh My. He did get it down quite quickly and is now free to move. And the ASM are free to retreat. Looks like he does not want to use Flesh over Steel. There it is, actually. Does he have what it takes to take it down? No. Vengeance rounds loaded in for the Stone Guard Veterans. And the Blood Crusher is not going to last long. Does not have melee resistance. So taking full damage from the power fist. Well, not full damage. Full damage that a vehicle could take in a way. He has artificer armor and does get away there. And the Blood Crusher lives. Was under Khorne worship for the end of that engagement, I think. Got some Mark of Khorne CSM on the field for Suffocation. And some Mark of Tzeentch, guys. And double Mark of Tzeentch for Dandalus. So a hell of a lot of stuff on the field to damage heavy infantry. Some scouts capping the eastern side. Blastmaster going off and can't quite hit them. So I guess they're going to finish this cap then. I don't think the Chaos Lord's going to get there in time to... Oh, they just run off. Oh, some Mark of Tzeentch CSM are coming in. Over on the west side, Chaos are set up to defend this VP, but there's a grenade on the Havocs, beautifully done from Oh My, and very lucky not to lose a model off those guys. Dreadnought charging in from Tempestous Tyrant, being a Techmarine. He has some good vehicle support. He can repair himself and also has Blessing of the Omniscire from his global bar. We see a Plasma Gun Techmarine right now, and Plasma Gun, double Plasma Gun Tatsmarines. Wow, lots of anti-heavy infantry shootiness going on in this game. Blood Crusher still around, can still run in, tie up some Tactical Marines, or tie up the Techmarine himself maybe. Would be good. Wants to try and avoid that Force Commander and that Dreadnought, of course. We also have a Melter Bomb up. On the Assault Squad they have the Thunder and Lightning. There's a Khorne Shrine spawning Bloodletters, so gonna want to try and engage a little bit further back if they can. Force Commander's going after the Blood Crusher here. Big chunks of damage coming off that thing. Still going after it and levels to 2, but there's the Demonic Roar to force him to back off a little bit, and the Iron Halo is up. Big chunks of damage and pretty damn tanky now too. Up to 1061 hit points at level 2. Plague Marines getting shots in on that Dreadnought, having to back away between shots. You have double Plague Marines for Dandalus, and since he's a Sorcerer, he can do some tricky stuff with Plague Marines. Teleport them closer to vehicles with his warp and stuff, although the Sorcerer's off the field right now. He's splitting the Plague Marines quite well, getting shots off when he can. These guys might want to run away. Wow, that hit took out 2 models. He's going to lose those Plague Marines there, I think. 80 hit points. Drop pod on retreat path, couldn't quite get it. Takes a while to drop this thing, and 2 Plague Marines drop off the other squad as well. Wow, that's a lot of reinforcing to do for Dandalus. You have yet more Plague Marines, this time from Suffocation. They really want to take down that Dreadnought. Unfortunately for them, those snares off the missile launcher do not stack, and it's not exactly the most damaging anti-vehicle weapon. I'm not sure if it's the same damage as a Tactical Marine missile launcher even. It might even be less than that. Do they have... No. Might want to get a las cannon going for this guy. But triple Plague Marine surely is going to be enough. They have the Force Commander, Dreadnought and Assault Marines, so theoretically they could tie up all 3 of those squads. Dreadnought needs repairs though, and Red Team need to work out how they're going to approach this. Maybe it's a good idea for Dandalus to go up this west side right now, try and split the Space Marine forces, because they are looking pretty damn scary. Double Plasma Gun Tax with Sergeant, Stone Guard Veterans, and more Stone Guard Veterans on the way for Tempestous Tyrant. These guys with Plasma Guns as well for Oh My. Assault Squad and some pretty powerful commanders. We do have Signum up on the Techmarine. Triple Plague Marines, there's no pushover though. And look at this, a pretty scary Chaos Lord with Lightning Claws, Harness of Rage, and the Dark Halo is still level 1, but those things are still going to be doing that 100 power melee DPS. Destructive Strike does piercing damage. I did not know that. How much damage do the Mark of Khorne CSM do? I think it's around 30 power melee. Yeah, 30.77 power melee. And Red Team allowed to cap mid there. No Plasma Cannons up for Blue Team. They're going into tier 3 and obviously want some big stuff out. Some Terminators or Land Raiders. Tier 3 now for Dandalus. getting to tier 3 in pretty decent time actually, considering he got double Plague Marines up, and he's got a decent amount of resources as well floating around. I guess he hasn't bled many of his Chaos Space Marines in this game. Chaos Lord going straight after the Assault Marines, I think. There's the Melter Bomb. Bloodcrusher backing off into the Corn Worship. Chaos Lord a little bit isolated here, getting shot up. Those Stone Guard veterans using their Kraken rounds, which are very good against heroes these days, and forcing him to retreat, in fact. Well, here come double Marcos Inc. CSM. Those guys got Mark targeted though, and in fact he just got way too close there, Dandalus, and runs away. Not sure why he retreated that squad. Could have maybe kept them into play, but Space Marines patiently creeping forward now sense a good time for a push and are gonna do this. Yes, they are. Bloodcrusher is the only thing staying behind. Oh, a couple of Plague Marines are trying to get one or two more shots on that Dreadnought maybe. Oh, they couldn't quite do it. In fact, knocked over by their allied Bloodcrusher there. Couldn't get those shots off. Good, really good push from the Space Marines. Look at all these tacks and Stone Guard veterans shooting away. Tier 3 all round, apart from, oh, Suffocation just goes as well. 321 to 277. So 1-to-1 cap. Dandalus thinking about saving for a Great Unclean One. That'll be 800 requisition and 200 power. So he's about a minute away from having the power, and we'll have the wreck also in about a minute. So that's I think it's around a 60-second build time as well for the Great Unclean One. So in about 2 minutes we might see a Great Unclean One charging around. We'll see how much he bleeds before then. Bloodcrusher getting some worship support at base to heal him up. Suffocation, I guess might want to get a Phobos if he can swing it. Predators are just under too much threat, I think, from the Force Commander. He doesn't have his teleporter, but the Assault Marines could jump in, attach their Melter, and then the Force Commander can just run in. They do still have that suppression from these Havocs. And now look at this, Dandalus going up the west side, trying to split the Space Marine forces. Don't feel that they can take them head on here. A little distraction, get a decap, maybe a generator down while you wait for your Great Unclean One to hit the field. Stone Guard veterans, Vengeance rounds loaded in. Might want to switch to the Kraken. Assault squad getting their sergeant back. Scouts there infiltrated. Might see them sneak up for a cheeky grenade. 321 to 227. The Plague Marines going straight after generators, and why not? Try and stop the blue team from getting scary things out, but they are floating like crazy. Oh my, just got a Librarian up, which suggests perhaps he wants to get Assault Terminators on the field. Need some more red though. 321 to 215. Did I just see a Warp Firer? I did. Got down just one gen and got the VP decapped. Oh, look at this. Red team kept taking mid now because Tempestous Tyrant is over on the east side. They are floating resources like crazy here. What are they waiting for? Oh, Tempestous Tyrant doesn't actually have the population to get out a Land Raider or something like that. Land Raider is 21 population, I think, as are Terminators. A Predator, I think, is 18. So he can't get that either. What's he going to get? Just going to wait it out. Maybe get a Plasma Cannon up. I think he could get one of those. Maybe. Or maybe he can't even get that, actually. He's got those Stone Guard and double tacks eating up his population. And a level 2 Dreadnought with Dark Age of Technology. The good thing for him is, if he does lose something, he's in a very good position to instantly get something scary out. But right now he's just pushing with what he has, and why not? There is Veil of Time on the Force Commander. He wants that red to get his Terminators up, I think. Oh my. Does he have the population? He does. Smack takes out a Havoc. That's 9 red. Chaos Lord still level 1, this guy. Mark of Khorne CSM still level 1 also, as are these Marco Zinc CSM. Space Marines have been pretty good so far preserving stuff. Look at this blob. Where is that Blastmaster? Is it still around? It's back at base right now. Maybe let the Galaxy burn from the Armory Inferno would have been better to disrupt these massive blobs of Marines. Can understand where he's coming from though, wanting to get these lightning claws with this very scary and tanky build. Just he wants to wreck stuff. Maybe target the heroes themselves. But I think the mass disruption would have been a little bit better. What's going on over here though? Double Plague Marines bashing gens again for Dandalus. Great and Clean One is on the field in the middle as you see there. I don't think the blue team have seen this guy yet. Maybe they saw it if they saw from the line of sight that the VP would have provided there. Oh, misses his vomit. Suffocation does want a Phobos, but look how much damage this Great Unclean One has taken from all these plasma guns. This guy is super heavy infantry armor, so it takes a lot of damage from melter and plasma weapons, as well as power weapons, of course. If you dare get close to this guy. Down to under half hit points already. Soaked up a hell of a lot of damage and has allowed the red team to retake the mid. Almost retake the mid. Here comes a Force Commander. Oh, gets chained. 298 to 179. Down goes the Dreadnought. So Tempestous now has the population to get something, but what does he get? He doesn't have the red for Terminators. Land Raider would be the obvious choice, since the Chaos Nuke isn't that great versus Land Raiders. You can just move off the central mass and avoid most of the damage, but they do still have triple Plague Marines, so that's not a good idea for a Land Raider. I still think they should get one. Oh, there's a Predator tank on the way for Tempestus. Maybe double Predators if he has the pop for that. Don't think he does. I think they're 18, he only has 15 left. Level 3 Force Commander. Level 3 Techmarine has the orbs. I'm not sure if that will shut down the Great and Clean One, but it will drain his energy, which is amazing since he has some pretty nasty abilities. There's a vomit and misses again. He's not shooting it far enough. 285, 179. Red team have the 2-to-1 cap hit. Have around about 100 VPs to make up. Phobos on the way. We're going to see two very powerful armies clash here late game. Scouts just seeing what's going on in here. And they are detectors because they have the Scout Sergeant, so they can reveal this Tzeentch worship stuff. These guys doom blasted for no reason. Oh no. Oh, they're doom blasting again. What is he up to? Keeps pressing the wrong hotkey, and Chaos Space Marine is in retreat. And his Space Marine is going to push right now. Las Cannon up on the Predator tank, and here comes Oh My to help out. Seems like they were caught in kind of a bad position there, the red team, and a couple of units have been forced off immediately. Great and Clean One needs to get involved. There's the Blastmaster, and hits the Librarian, and the Assault Squad Librarian does have his 4-staff. Yeah, really bad engagement for red team. They were kind of caught napping there. Blue team just strolled in and forced off a bunch of stuff really quickly. Force Commander working on level 4. Great and Clean One needs to be careful. All of those plasma guns are scary. It's a 1-to-1 cap. And a 2-to-1. Blue team have taken the red team's naturals. Some sneaky scouts there. Big advantage that the Space Marine team will have going into late game is using scouts for those cheeky little decaps and caps on the flanks. Lots of damage to the Stone Guard veterans, down to a single model here. Chaos Lord again not having much impact. He's on his way to level 3 though. Up to 1200 hit points with an energy shield of some kind. Some Corn Worship here. Not helping out the Great and Clean One since it's from another player. Here's the Phobos though, which will benefit greatly from the Corn Worship, giving it that +2 speed. Double Markov Tzeentch laying some damage on that Force Commander. Here we see, oh, it was a regular drop pod reinforcing those Stone Guard veterans there. That's from the Force Commander's abilities. All of the Space Marine Commanders now have a drop pod ability by default, which will reinforce nearby squads and allow them to reinforce off the drop pod going forward, in fact. So that could be a big help. Pretty surprised that we did not see the Land Raider from Tempestous. Just to have that retreat point would have been worth it, I think. You could just get a beacon up, I guess. No sign of it right now. And this could be a massive engagement here. Dirge Caster could be vital. Red team just taking a natural back. Now Plague Marines can move to the mid. Gonna want to target those Predators, of course. We do have a missile launcher up for these Tactical Marines. Not sure why. Did he see the Phobos already? Maybe he did. Missiles doing some damage, as you can see there. There's the chains. That Predator's done for. Down it goes. Triple Plague Marines taking it out there. Assault squad jumping into huge amounts of stuff. Phobos taking so much damage. Force Commander is chasing it down. But the Twin-Linked Heavy Bolter on top helps take him out. There's a nuke. Made a whole bunch of stuff run away there. Pretty good nuke from Suffocation. Tactical Marines level 3 just about getting away, I think. Yes, they are, but the Stone Guard veterans did not get away. Those are oh my's, and that was a good engagement for the red team set up by that nuke, which I missed most of, but seemed like it just forced a bunch of retreats there. We can't win this, says Tempestous. Should have got a Land Raider up. You would have retreated back to the Land Raider, which would have been right there. Really big mistake not getting it, I think. 211 to 108. They have a lot of resources. You could get a Land Raider up right now, but it might be too late for that kind of thing. Plague Marines are all leveled up and stuff. Yeah, they're all level 2. Assault Terminator is hitting the field for oh my. And surprised not to see these guys sooner instead of the Predator tank. Librarian on the way for Tempestous Tyrant. Get some Terminators of his own. Might be too little too late. We will see. Chaos Lord now up into level 3. That's more like it. The Sorcerer, also level 3, has Tome of Subjugation, which is perhaps why they did not get Terminators earlier. They know there's a Sorcerer on the field. These guys are going to go for the decap under infiltration here. And it's Tempestous pushing the east side, which is a good choice. Not going to be easy to divert the Phobos over there. He does have a Blastmaster covering it though, and some Havocs are going to cover it as well, it looks like. Oh, he did not get the decap. It was spotted, and they got close enough to attack. Lightning Claw Terminators. Is he going to send them right after the Great Unclean One? Might. And it doesn't have a lot of hit points, relatively speaking. I mean, still almost 3,000, but that's under half. And Lightning Claw Terminators will take that down pretty damn quickly. Melter Gun now for the Techmarine. There are subjugated Terminators, which I guess is good news for oh my. It means he can't subjugate the Assault Terminators right now. 151 to 108, 2-to-1 cap, and here comes oh my. Veil of Time on the Terminators, and they are going on to the Heretics. He couldn't actually see the Great Unclean One there. Chains of Torment comes up though. Sorcerer has so much stuff to deal with Terminators. Those Heretics are wiped out. This Predator tank is in a bad way. Gonna go down. There we go. Phobos pushing through on this east side. 134 to 108. What are those Terminators doing now? There we go, going after the Great Unclean One. There's the Foul Snare on the Force Commander, I think, which stuns nearby stuff. Great Unclean One is going to go down here though. Those Lightning Claws are just too brutal. Like 210 power melee DPS from that squad with a splash. So the splash not important for the Great Unclean One. Down it goes. They get 145 red for taking that guy down. You need to get the hell away from him though. He's going to explode. You see the Plague Marine is getting close here because they're going to heal from the Death Explosion. I wonder how big the heal is. Pretty damn big. Assault Terminators are now teleporting away. You need to cap, guys. 108 to 108. Force Commander went down. Dandalus has a lot of resources. Could replace that Great Unclean One pretty... Oh, he's gone for some Terminators. Might get some Lightning Claws of his own. Yes, he does, because he can use Chains of Torment on those guys and send in his own Lightning Claw Terminators. There's Gate of Infinity, teleporting the Terminators back towards space. Librarian hits level 2, 93 to 108. I don't think the blue team are going to be able to push it. Phobos is still around. Great and Clean One just replaced with Chaos Terminators with claws. Certainly not what Tempestus wants to see. These guys could probably solo his entire army, given half the chance. 2 Librarians, maybe a couple of those Force Barriers will help them cap here. They can line them up side by side and push 2 Force Barriers over there. That'd be pretty awesome. Uh-oh. Okay, Space Marine is getting into trouble. I think it was going over to have a look at the VP. No Force Barriers going off here. That's Rod of Warpfire doing its stuff against those scouts. They do get the decap, but look at the damage now coming on those Assault Terminators. And there's the Subjugate as well. Uses their teleport and goes after some allied tactical marines, just tearing them up there. 61 to 108 is a valiant effort from the blue team, but I don't think they're going to be able to push it. It was all because of that nuke that set up this victory right now. And if they had the Land Raider or had a beacon up there, they could have retreated back to it and it wouldn't have been nearly as bad. Red team get that 2 to 1. These guys are getting absolutely wrecked by Marco Zink CSM and those Plague Marines getting shots, and now Lightning Claw Chaos Terminators tearing them up. Chaos Lord is now level 5. Wow, got a massive chunk of XP for that Terminator loss. They go down. GG from Oh Might, and there is the concede from the blue team. Some brutal stuff in the mid. They just managed to keep everything alive, basically. The red team. Dandalus lost Heretics. Is that it? Is that the only thing they lost? Aside from the Great and Clean One, of course. I think that's it. Level 4, level 3, level 3, level 4. So much damage from those CSM. I think the lack of the Land Raider was a mistake. Getting Predators up against triple Plague Marines did not work out. Level 5 Force Commander, we had a level 4 Techmarine, level 5 Chaos Lord, you saw at the end there, almost level 6, and a level 4 Sorcerer. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.